Since I both graduated and joined the workforce all last year in 2024, I feel like I'm more than qualified to talk about the three biggest differences that I've noticed between school life and the real world. Let's get into it. Hey y'all, I'm Yaya, and this is my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hello! And if you're not new here, hello! Welcome back! I miss you so much. Like I said in the intro, I graduated last year and I got a big boy job. I've been in school since I was 4 years old, okay? Finally getting to the end of it after 17 long years was exciting and a little bit bittersweet. I love learning. Even in my job, I still yearn to learn. Hey, that's a bar, let's go. Graduating means, no more classes or studying or ACTs or SATs and PSATs, which I don't know why they even count because they're the pre-SAT. That's what it stands for. It's pre-SAT. So why are they so important? Stop ranting. Back to the actual topic of this video. I do this a lot, apparently. I just go off on tangents that have no correlation to what I started off talking about. And I'm doing it right now. I'm tangenting about tangenting. I don't know if that's a word, but it is now. But all of that to say, education has been such a large part of my life. Those first couple of months after I graduated were some of the weirdest. Suddenly, I had this influx of free time in which I had nothing to do or look forward to. In some ways, it was glorious, and in other ways, it was just like, I'm not doing anything. I've been doing things for the better part of 17 years, and I'm finally relaxing, resting. I don't know if that's the word you would use for it, but also, sorry, but the sun is kind of hitting right now. Golden hour is golden houring, y'all. Honestly, that free time did not stop. Now, you may be wondering,
Yeah, you got a job. Of course you don't have that much free time anymore.
Anyways, you're right, but it just changed form. Because now with my 8 to 4:30, I go to work, I go home, and anything outside of that time is for me. I literally put down everything. I stop working at 4:30 and then I go live my life, which is not something that I could do in school. Every day it's like, okay, you go to classes and they might end around like 3 or 4 or whatever. And then you go home and you do homework or you study for an exam or anything like that. Your days are constantly being taken up by school. So now when you have this clear divide, this clear end point in where your responsibilities stop for that day, that's something that I had to get used to like real quick. I would come home for the first couple of weeks in my job and literally just rot on my couch. It doesn't feel like you have that much time, but you do. You end up having an excess of 5 hours of free time, and now I'm learning how to fill it with all of these various different things. But the one thing that I still, even now, cannot get a hold of is the first biggest difference that I've noticed between college life and the workforce: making friends. When you think about it, college is a time where you are basically forced to be around thousands of people who are within 4 years of your age. It basically forces you to make friends so that then when you graduate and you move off all across the country or sometimes to different countries to do your, big boy job, the burden is now on you to go out and seek more friends. You see what I'm getting at? So that's something that I have not been able to grasp yet. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I have my coworkers, but they're my coworkers. I'm not gonna be like, yo, let's go to a bar. I don't drink. Let's go to, see, I don't even remember how social gatherings work anymore. Remember what I said about free time? Well, yeah, sometimes it's a blessing and it can be a curse. Because while you do have like upwards of 6 hours every day completely to yourself, that's kind of broken up across the entire 24 hours of the day. Okay, Blue. Hello! When you go to work at like a regular 9 to 5, it's 8 hours of your entire waking day. And that is usually just smack right in the middle. You're cooked if you ever want to do something outside of that. That leads me into my second biggest difference. There's not that much room for spontaneity. So now, since working takes such a huge chunk of your day, you have to be very methodical with how you spend the rest of your time. And you know, I am not good at that. I am very spontaneous. Backstory, I went to Rice University. I would just call up my friends and be like, hey, are you down to go to the Galleria like right now? And they're just like, yes or no, because I'm studying and you should be too. We would literally just do whatever. Oh, spontaneous trip to the coffee shop on campus, easy. Skip class for the day, easy. It was always such a spontaneous decision every single day. And now that I have a lot more structure in my life because I have a set amount of time that I have to do something, it's made being spontaneous a lot more difficult. The way that I've been able to manage my time is by having very strict routines. Otherwise, if I didn't have these routines, I would just do like I did for those 3 months after I graduated. I would just rot on the couch for 6 hours a day and then go to sleep, wake up the next day and do it all over again. So I was able to incorporate things that made me happy and made me fulfilled. So like going to the gym, taking Japanese classes, doing YouTube, all of that is now a part of my schedule. And so when I come home from work every single day, then that means I still have time to do the things that I love. And I'm not just wasting my time. But of course, you know, working life does in fact come with this perk. The biggest perk of them all would be the biggest difference, number 3. Big boy money! Full transparency, I have more money now than I have ever had in my life. And I think that's more than what my parents have had as well. When I tell you that having money, it is something that I can't even begin to describe. Now all these things that I want to do are much more attainable because I have the funds. I went to Rice on a scholarship, so I never really had that much money left in my pocket to just spend and go out with my friends. Rice is not a, so I always felt like this sort of imposter syndrome because I was at this very, very good school, but I did not come from the same or similar background than a majority of my peers. But hey, I mean, I did well for myself. I graduated with a degree in mechanical engineering and now I'm working at a job that pays me well and I'm proud of where I am right now. And that's the most important thing to remember about this. College was a time. It's allowed me to meet so many different people and make so many new connections that I probably wouldn't have made otherwise. Broaden my perspectives and see other people's viewpoints, which is very important in this day and age. It's also allowed me to have experiences that I would have never found anywhere else. There were obviously some downsides as well, but I won't get into all of those here, maybe in a separate video. But you can say the same about the workforce. For the short amount of time that I've been in it, I've had similar experiences. I've met so many new people that I probably wouldn't have met. I moved to a completely new state and a city that I probably would have never come to if it weren't for this job. I gained a love of thermodynamics, which is something that I would have never said 2 years ago when I was in the class at Rice. But despite all of the differences, I'm still in a new stage of my life. When I first began college, I had the exact same feeling about high school. I think the biggest takeaway is that life is about change. And it's on you whether or not you accept it. You gotta go with the flow, you know? Anyways, I've been rambling for so long. I'm gonna end the video here. Also, if you've seen the angle of this shot rotate slightly every couple of clips, that's because I'm chasing the sun. The sun is setting, okay? But I still look good. Do I look good? Let me know in the comments if I look good, okay? And if you've experienced something similar going from one phase of your life to another, leave me some advice in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye, guys.